80th birthday, Dad! For someone who likes math, I don't know how you feel about that math, right? So Dad, due to COVID, I'm speaking on behalf of me and my siblings, we did not feel that the timing was quite right for us to get together. So we are rain checking you. We really promise that we will do this get together. It just won't be right now. So please be patient. Are you hearing this? I just asked the most patient person I will probably ever know in my life to be patient. I don't think I need to be doing that. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Eleanor, or Ellie, the youngest MacArthur child, and I am going to be hosting this thing. Basically, Dad, what it is it's a virtual birthday party for you for now, because there's lots of friends and family that want to wish you a happy birthday. There's more though, it's more of a program. So we've some fun and games planned. There's going to be some good music. So what you should do is grab yourself a coffee, sit down and relax and enjoy the ride. Although you may also want to fasten your seatbelt and be a little bit nervous about what might be revealed about you here today. So let's get started.
Hi, Rocky. Do you want to say happy birthday?
Kid, I hear it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. Happy 80th birthday, my brother. You know what? I'm probably the only person who's known you for 80 years. I remember that day in April when my dad woke me up and he said, "Wake up, Mary." He said, "You have a new baby brother." What? A new baby brother? Where is he? I didn't know we were having a baby brother. Well, he's with your mom. I took her to Crystal City last night and we won't see her for a few days. So sure enough, it was a week later when Mom came home and brought you with her, a very good baby boy and soon to be my playmate. As soon as your legs would carry you, you were my playmate. We played with the kittens. We played in the loft. We jumped in the hay. I pushed you on the swing. I even tried to teach you to play ball. I had a big baseball bat and Dad's hardball, and you had the spoke of a wooden wheel for your bat. Wasn't very good ball. And then it was time for you to go to school. So there was more things to learn. Would you believe I was your very first music teacher? I taught you the basics on the piano, and look where that went. And then, of course, we had to learn to dance. So we had to learn some dance steps. And we even tried to teach Mom to do the chanteuse, but that didn't work out. And then I was off to school, home for the weekends or the holidays, and all of a sudden, you had grown up into this very responsible, smart person who could do all kinds of things I didn't know how to do, and you were learning to play the clarinet. All in all, Bob, I couldn't have wished for a better brother. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Uncle Bob, from Elena and Lindsay McNabb.
Happy birthday!
Hi, not sure if you have any idea who I am. Denise Henry, formerly Booker from Snowflake, Manitoba. My parents were Walter and Mary, who have both passed away now. I remember you fondly from the church. I believe you'll probably remember most of us looking like this from the junior choir. And I think I might have saw you in 2015 at a Jack Booker Memorial / family reunion, because I think we're related somehow. And I don't exactly know the connection, but happy birthday.
Who says you can't go home? There's only one place they call me one of their own. Just a hometown boy, born a rolling stone. Who says you can't go home? Who says you can't go back? Been all around the world, and as a matter of fact, there's only one place left I wanna go. Who says you can't go home?
Hi, Bob. This is Grace Connor. Remember the Snowflake School, high school days? I just wanted to wish you a very happy birthday and many more.
Happy 80th birthday, Bob.
Happy birthday. I'm Katie Harms.
And Chris, hope you had a great day.
Hey Bob, it's your nephew Tyler. Happy 80th birthday from Playa Maderas, Nicaragua. Have a great day.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bobby boy. Happy birthday to you.
Have a good one, buddy.
Yeah, you can see she's on her way to the Red Hats thing, and I've got my working in the salt mine thing.
Yeah, I gotta keep them working.
she's leaving and I'm not. Have a good one, buddy. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
80 years, Cousin Bob. How can it be that you're that much older than I am? I have fond memories of Snowflake, spending time at your mom and dad's place, the pool, ping pong, Christmas celebrations, and the music. I can still see Uncle Elgin on the fiddle and you on your clarinet. Such sweet sounds. I recall celebrating every birthday growing up with my 5 older cousins. Well, I guess Claire and Dennis weren't older, but it was always Brian, Carol, Bob, Claire, Dennis, and I. I don't know how you 3 older ones put up with us 3 younger ones, but we sure had a lot of fun. The picture that I've enclosed is from my 3rd birthday in 1949. I know, Bob, you've had many joys and hardships in your 80 years, but through it all, I'm sure your love of music has carried you. May God continue to bless you and use you in mighty ways in the coming years. Love to you and Barbara. Happy birthday, Bob. Hope to see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Happy birthday, Bob, from your friends and neighbors at Snowflake. When we think of Snowflake and the many times that we spent together at the skating rink, the curling rink, the community hall, 4-H, and of course the many times that you and your family entertained us in the hall. We had many visits with you and Colleen playing cards, and of course we farmed side by side and helped each other in harvest and many other times. We worked together building the new skating rink, the new curling rink, and on the hall. Many curling ball spills with you and Colleen, especially the memorable one at Purvis. Many snowmobile rallies that we worked together at, and later on traveling together to places at like Wagner, Oklahoma, Bandera, Texas, and Alamo with you and Barb. The many times that we had meals together, coffee and visits, happy hour. Want to thank you for your friendship, Bob. Love, Robert and Darlene. Happy birthday, Bob, from all the gang at Alamo Rec here.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
We wish you were here.
Happy birthday to you. And many more.
And we miss you down here.
And they haven't drank enough because they don't sound that good.
We miss you.
I could take this an hour from now, they probably sound just wonderful, wouldn't they?
We have no music.
That's right, we have no music.
We wish you were over there, Bobby, at your site over there, but you're not. Anyways, you have a good birthday.
Hi, greetings from snowy and wintry Manitoba. It's Marilee McClelland. I'm Uncle Bob's niece, and I just wanted to wish you a very, very happy 80th birthday. I hope that you have a wonderful day and that you're well celebrated. I wish that we could have a celebration and hear you play your great music and have a great old jam. Maybe sometime, hopefully in the future, that'll be able to happen. One of the things that I remember the most about you is how talented you are, and apparently that you learned to play the clarinet from my dad originally, and that's kind of special as well. But in the meantime, I'll send you this virtual greeting and hope that you have a wonderful day. And this is from myself and my husband Orville and our family.
Hi there, this is Arlene McKnight, and I first met Bob through the Caballeros Band in the 1960s. Congratulations, Bob, on this wonderful milestone on your life's journey. Welcome to the Fabulous 80s Club. I have many fond memories of listening and dancing to the toe-tapping music of the Caballeros, especially on the cruise on the Paddle Wheel Queen, the Corn and Apple Festival, and Swan River Rodeos, to name a few. Looking back over the years and good times we shared with you and your family, one memory stands out above all the rest. Our trip to Disneyland with you folks, where we experienced the magic just walking through the gates of Disneyland, as it felt like we were in a whole new world. Also, we were eating lunch by a flower garden, and all of a sudden, a Dixieland band was playing wonderful music where the flower garden was. Just like magic, they had come up on an elevator from below. The excitement and surprises all over as the Disney characters welcomed us, bands played, and parades entertained us on the streets. The chills and thrills when we went through the Haunted Mansion on boats in the darkness, when all of a sudden a skeleton jumped out of a box and swung past. Well, Colleen ducked to miss it, and we found her on the bottom of the boat. Then, when we went to the Wax Museum and were mesmerized looking at these many life-size wax figures of dignitaries till one man stepped out amongst them to shake our hands. Well, this really freaked us out. And then the beautiful scenic flight down the Grand Canyon became very stressful for me when the pilot tipped his wing 90 degrees in a narrow part of the canyon. Well, I was leaning, trying to straighten it out, when the pilot informed me to relax, that I would never straighten it out. Whew. The trip was a dream come true, with so many memories to last a lifetime. Many thanks to you folks for making this happen. Bob, may you look back on the last 80 years with pride in all your accomplishments, especially your professional expertise on the clarinet that has been enjoyed and appreciated by the multitude all over North America. All the very best as you celebrate 80 years of a life well lived.
Hi, this is Rodney McKnight. I'm the friend of the family of Bob MacArthur and Colleen. I have known Bob for a few years when Dad used to play the accordion in the Caballero band. And there was a couple times where I used to play in the band too. I remember one memory that I had where I was playing along with my clarinet, following Bob, and not knowing that I wasn't playing the melody with Dad, I just decided to follow the other clarinet player, which was Bob. And after the song was done, Bob and Dad kind of chuckled with each other, and they were talking, and I said, well, did I do okay? And Bob and Dad said, well, yeah. I said, how did you know the harmony? And I said, I was playing harmony? And Bob and Dad said, yeah, you were following along with Bob on the clarinet there. Anyways, it must have sounded really good because everybody was still dancing away and gave us a few cheers and everything. So, but it was like a wonderful memory for me. And then I remember as a little kid sleeping on the stage by Tom Rothwell on the piano, and I used to sleep on the stage, and while Dad would play along with in the band. And so yeah, that's a couple of my memories. And but I wanted to wish Bob a happy 80th and all the best in the upcoming years, and I hope for good health and many more good blessings for you. Okay, cheers to 80 years. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bob. Happy birthday to you. Cheers.
Like, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it's good.
Right, song?
Yeah.
You sure you read? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bob. Happy birthday to you.
I knew that sending larger files was going to be a bit of a challenge for this project. And I know a lot of you watching can relate if you've never tried to do it before. So this is a partial clip that I got from a larger video that wouldn't send, and I thought, well, rather than throw it away, why don't we have a little bit of fun with it instead? So Dad, I want you to listen with your eyes closed and see if you can figure out who this is before he reveals himself in the following video. The only hint I'm going to give you is think of high school and middle school and grade school, snowflake days, and someone I think you had to have known your whole life. Take a listen.
A lot of great times we had in the 50s. Remember of course certainly you'll remember the time you fell down the fire escape and jumped onto the coal shed and broke your leg Halloween night after putting rubber around the bell and all that stuff. That was fun times. We never hurt anybody. Hello again, Bob. I'm just trying to get something that is not so long and wordy. Happy birthday. I hope you enjoyed the pictures we sent, and I made the second video, and Jean's in another room right now, so hopefully we can send this one. Oh, there she is.
Happy
Hi.
birthday, Bob.
Bye.
This is from Carol Hillman's birthday around 1953. So left to right, Ken Johnson, Wayne Motherall, Margaret Mack, Martha Swatsky, Jeff Jopp, Carol Hillman, Bob MacArthur, Jeanette Sepke, Dennis Hillman, and Brian Bowden. He says, I found some more class pictures from, I think, 1957. Top row, left to right, Judy Wynn, Linda Mack, Bob MacArthur, Doreen Reimer. Middle row, Marlene Hedrick, Sharon Motherall, Rita Wren. Bottom row, Corny Sawatsky and Jeff Jopp. Top row, left to right, Donna Sims, Dennis Wren, Jeanette Sepke. Middle row, Wayne Motherall, Marie Sims. Bottom row, Brian Bowden and Margaret Mack. Another picture taken at my birthday party, I think, around 1950. Left to right, Bob MacArthur, Jeff Jopp, Brian Bowden, and Wayne Motherall. This picture is from the old skating rink in 1957, left to right, Brian Bowden, Jerry Moyer, Bob MacArthur, Jim Moyer. This is a graduation picture. And this is a grad picture taken at the Snowflake United Church, left to right, Jerry Moyer, Wayne Motherall, Brian Bowden, Bob MacArthur, Jake Gertson, Ed Senchuk, who is the brother of the teacher Shirley Krawick. These were great pictures. Thank you, Mr. Motherall, for sending them in.
Hi, I'm Kelsey, Bob's nephew, and I just want to say happy birthday. Anyway, thank you all the time for coming over and being a part of the family and hanging out with us whenever we were kids, and for Thanksgiving dinners and Christmas. It's always been a blast hanging out with you. And I really hope you have a great day and a great week going forward. And I guess we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Happy birthday again from me and Amanda.
This is Kim Taylor, Bob's first cousin. I'd like to convey happy 80th birthday greetings to Bob. It doesn't seem like that long ago, Bob, that I was going to dances to watch you play in the orchestras. Many happy returns of the day. So long.
Hi, Bob, Joyce and Dorian here. Just wanted to wish you a very, very happy birthday, and I hope it's full of lots of surprises for you. We're under explicit instructions not to ask you for any help around our house. Barb would torture us, she said, if we did that. But just wanted you to know just how much we appreciate you, how much we enjoy our visits in your garage/barn, how much we enjoy doing music with you. And especially we enjoy the times we get to sit around the campfire drinking rum together. Hope you get to have lots of rum on your birthday. Many blessings to you. And it's lovely to know that you're part of our family.
I don't have too much to add to that, except we were very thrilled when you became one of our our block members in our cul-de-sac here, and you added a lot to the flavor of our community with all your music and your humor, and we just appreciate you so much. I know that you're such a handyman, and we've definitely appreciated your help at our house as well.
Yes.
Yes, so hope you have a great birthday, and hopefully we can have some sing-songs here in our cul-de-sac again soon. Bless you. Bye.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine.
Happy birthday there, Mr. MacArthur. Boy, it's been a long while, hasn't it? And the more birthdays you have, the better it is. I just wanted to wish you happy 80th birthday. And I wanted to recount a couple of memories that I have. I think you might remember, well, maybe you don't remember. We played Dance in Carmen one night at the arena and finished at our 2 o'clock in the morning thing. And we headed for home. I was riding with you in your truck, and I'm not sure why that is, but I was. The other guys are obviously in another vehicle. We thought that we were a little bit hungry and might want something to eat, but there was really not much available except the Light Stop convenience store in Carmen happened to be open. And so we stopped in there and got a couple of drinks and a couple of chocolate bars, and away we went. Well, as maybe a few people know, I know for sure, when you get tired, Bob, and you're driving, your head starts to turn. And the further it turns like this, the more tired you're getting. So we all knew that by the time you got to about here, that maybe somebody else should be driving. Anyway, we're eating our chocolate bars and driving, and we get through Miami, just on the other side before we go up the hill. And I look over at you, and your head's cocked off to the side, and I'm kind of keeping an eye on you, and you're busy chewing on your chocolate bar, and you just drove right into the ditch. Fortunately, even though it was wintertime, there was only about 2 to 3 inches of snow in the ditch, and it was a nice, flat, big ditch, and we just drove right back out again onto the highway. And then you went about another quarter of a mile, and then you said, I think maybe you should drive. And I wholeheartedly agreed with that, Bob. That was an experience that back when we were 20-some years old was something to laugh about. I'm not sure it's that funny anymore, but, well, maybe it is more funny now than it was then. Anyway, Bob, I wanted to wish you a happy birthday from us here in Manitoba. And I still remember all the good times and the fun things that happened, like the streakers that went through the hall in Treeherne, driving home New Year's Eve from, I think it was St. Jean, and sliding up and down the hill at Larivire, and the guy who came down the hill towards us and crossed right over into our lane and kept on going and ran into a hydropole. So we had to stop and make sure he was okay. Anyway, we had some good times back then. And as I look back on it now, we played some pretty good music back in those days, although we didn't think we were that good at the time. Anyway, Bob, have a happy birthday.
Hi Bob, this is Brian Maxwell. Happy 80th birthday. Man, it's hard to believe Bob is 80 years. In fact, I don't see how it can be 80 years because I'm pretty sure you're only 39 and holding like me. But I guess we'll have to go with the numbers, eh? Anyway, for all those people that do not know who I am, I'm from the early 1970s. I was playing in a band with Bob. He played the saxophone, the clarinet, and the bass guitar. I was the mad drummer. And we played at weddings and socials, and we were booked solid every Friday and Saturday for about 5 years. So it was a busy time for everybody. We were all working full time and playing on the weekends, and Bob was farming and then playing on the weekends. So it was very busy for Bob for sure. But anyway, we just want to wish you a happy birthday and many, many more, and blessings to you and your family. Congratulations, Bob.
Hello, is that Kenny McKenzie?
Yes, it is.
It's Eleanor. How are you?
I'm fine, Eleanor. How are you?
Really good.
Good.
What's going on?
Not too much.
So Kenny, did you want to do a short interview with me about being in swing time and then wish my dad a happy birthday?
Sure.
Do ya?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. Well, you don't have to practice or nothing because we're just going to do it right now.
I'll just wing it.
Yeah, let's wing it. Have you had a whiskey or anything first?
Oh, I had some a while ago, yeah.
I had some wine, so I guess we're even.
Did you?
Yeah.
I had some rum.
Oh, good for you. What was your drink of choice back in the days when you were playing for dances?
Oh, I guess it would be Ryan Coke or Ryan Water, I think.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm just finishing this video for my dad. So what would you want to say to him for his 80th birthday, Ken?
Well, I'd like to say, Bob, I'm glad that I have met you, that I played with you, and it was a great day when I did meet you. And because I would have never played in a band as good as we had. You know, we used to get lots of compliments and always did. But if it hadn't been for you and Tom, I would have never got to have that opportunity to play with a band like that and play all over. You know, we played all over Manitoba. We were in Verdun and Winnipeg and Brandon and Portage and different places. And you were always easy to get along with, and you were such a talent, Bob. You were such a great sax player and clarinet player that I really, it was a privilege for me to play with you. I really enjoyed it. And I just want to wish very happy birthday and a long life after your birthday, and hope you stay well.
That's awesome. And Kenny, I heard that last time we talked, which was recent, you had told me that you had just had your 90th birthday. So what advice do you have to Dad on getting to 90 and being so with it like you?
Well, I tell you, live the life the way you want to live it. If you're getting along the way you have for 80 years without too many problems, and you're still playing and enjoying doing that, you keep on doing it, and you'll live a long life yet.
I think that music kind of keeps you young if you love it, eh?
Oh, does it ever? Oh, does it ever?
It's good for
if I'm kind of feeling down a little bit, I just put on some music, and boy, it makes me feel so good. It brings me up. It makes me feel really good.
For the swing time, I don't know what the first song is called, but the second one is All of Me, and you're singing on it.
Okay.
So that will be on the video.
Oh, that'll be great.
Isn't that nice?
That'll be fantastic.
Yeah, and you did a really good job of that. So
thank you.
Everybody's going to get to hear you sing.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yep,
Okay.
Sounds great.
Okay. Well, listen, thank you for your interview.
Oh, no problem.
You don't get paid, but hopefully it's good.
Oh, come on.
And, we'll talk soon, because why not?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Anytime.
Yeah, I enjoyed talking to you.
Okay, I enjoyed
Okay.
talking to you too.
Okay, Ken, you have yourself a good night. Take care.
You too.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Happy birthday, Bob, all the way from Texas. Boy, oh boy, where have the years gone? All the fun we've had, the times we've shared. You're missed in the valley very much. It seems like it's probably close to 25 years since you came to visit us down here. And I don't know where that 25 has gone as well. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. Celebrate each and every birthday you get to have. I think it's wonderful that what the gang is doing for you so that we can all share in your day. Take care, and let's hope our paths cross again real soon. Love you. Bye-bye.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mom. Happy birthday to you.
This birthday message is from our cousin Coral. Happy birthday, Uncle Bob. I have such fond memories of you during my childhood when Jackie and I used to visit the MacArthur farm as kids. You were always so kind and fun. I remember your great smile and the way your eyes crinkled with delight when you smiled, which was often. Thanks for giving me such great memories for my childhood. You are truly one of the happiest, nicest people I've ever known, and it's an honor to be your niece. Again, hope you have a wonderful birthday. Love, Coral.
Hey, Uncle Bob, it's Mona and Gord, and we just want to wish you a happy birthday. I have many, many fond memories of you back from when you would come to the farm all the time, and we'd come down and wake you up in the morning, and we'd bring all our stuffies. From when you pushed me on the swing for hours out at Snowflake, I remember the day you and Grandpa showed me the swing. He'd first built it, and we saw it, and it was so fun. And also remember being your little flower girl for your wedding, and how proud I was to be there that day, and how handsome I thought you were. And just really, really remember all the music you brought to our family, and how fabulous that was, how I enjoyed hearing you play, and how my mom really loved you and enjoyed hearing you play. And I'm really glad that Eleanor is organizing this and that you are going to have a nice birthday party. So we wish you all the best. I'm going to also send a few pictures I found. One of you and Dad barbecuing at the little farm, and one of you and Grandpa playing together, playing music together. So love you lots. Take care. Bye. Mona.
Hi, my name is Jim Owen, and this is my friend Clarice Gilchrist, and we're from Carmen, Manitoba. And I understand that Robert, you are having an 80th birthday. Anyway, you and I have had a lot of been associated for quite a few years now. Even when my wife and Colleen were still alive, and we used to have a lot of fun getting together and playing music in Morningside Park in South Texas, and then we actually moved over to Alamo Rec, and that's when I really got to know her. Clarice and I got to know Barb, and we had a lot of good times, a lot of happy hours, and some of the stuff I can't probably tell because your family's going to be watching this video. So, but I just always felt comfortable when you were around, and we played good music. And you've been to my place different times, and
And I've also been to your place in Cochrane. Clarice, I don't think, has been in Cochrane.
Not yet.
Not yet, but maybe one day. But anyway, at this point, maybe I'll let Clarice say a few words. And I've got my dark rum ready, Bob, and this is what we normally always drank. And I'll leave that at that point. Anyway, Clarice.
Hi there, folks, and I'm very pleased to be able to wish you a happy birthday, Bob. I've really enjoyed meeting you and your partner and had a lot of laughs. I like your points of view on lots of things, and your musicianship is just fantastic. You can play anything in any key and any beat, and I think that's a really neat gift that you've shared with all of us. I'm hoping we can continue our relationship and in our old age and travel and out to each other's homes and spend time together again. And we almost always have some great laughs. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm hoping you and your children and grown-up children and grandchildren will have a great time with you over your birthday. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Anyway, wish you all the best, and happy birthday on your 80th birthday, and we will talk soon.
Happy birthday, Bob. Hope you're having a great day. You deserve it. For those that do not know us, I am Eric.
I'm Diane.
I'm Diane.
And I'm Herb. We are the Music Friends. Music brought us together and continues to keep us together.
And we stay together because we can't figure out the mistakes.
So, we enjoy our little jams and look forward to many, many more. And cheers to you on your 80th. I hope you have many more.
We're gonna cheer you, Bob. Oh, you guys get it up.
Get it up.
Here we are.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Happy 80th.
Happy
From your
80th.
crazy friends.
Hi folks, this is Marion DeGray, and my relationship to Bob stems back to Texas, in the Valley, where I played for many jams where Bob played also. 1942 was a memorable year, definitely built people of strong character and commitment. The radio kept us connected to the world if you had one. The church was the hub of weekly connections with family and friends. Music filled most Saturday nights. And of course, Sunday, we went to church. We played almost any instrument we had for every occasion to get together. As Del Pushert would have said, we've come a long way, baby. Well, Bob, I have a friend who wants to share the celebration with you. And her name is Edith. Edith Bunker.
By the way, Glenn Miller played songs that made the hit parade. Yes, you played for the Shriners kids. Those were the days. And you played all songs of my year. Now it's time to have a beer. Just remember all the fun we had dancing wherever you played. From the Peppermint Palace, yay! To Alamo Rugby Days, Dixieland and Mission Bell Church.
Now, like Bob Hope would probably have said,
Thanks for the memories. So wherever you go now, thrill the many crowds with your wonderful music and smiles.
and now from Bob to Bob from me, shut the front door on the 70s. Welcome to the 80s. Happy birthday to a swell, great guy. Thanks, Ellie. Thank you for giving us the opportunity and the chance to be part of Bob's big party. Toodaloo!
Well, Bob, we hear it's your 80th birthday, and I got the Snowflake crew here, my boys and Mom, and we're in Edmonton, Alberta right now, but we thought we would send a little message here, so I'll zoom in on them, and they're going to sing you a little song.
Hi, Bob. Nicholas, Raymond, and I would like to sing Happy Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bob. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
I hope you enjoy it. Take care. Bye from all of us.
Okay, hi guys. Richard and Judy Clausen here. We're friends and neighbors from Snowflake. We go way back. This is when raising our families. Okay.
Hi, Bob. Happy birthday. I wish you all the best and congratulations on making it this far. I just thinking, we remember when way back when we thought 80 was old. We've learned a bit since then.
Yeah, we're also thinking back to some of the trips that we took with you and Colleen, as the to Medora and the White Shell in Alaska, and the trip that we followed you down to Texas. That was fun.
Yeah, and that was much appreciated too.
Yeah, we also miss seeing and hearing you play, as I'm sure a lot of people do. We also miss those warm winter in Texas. Such good memories.
Hopefully we can get together this coming summer and in person and do some traveling again soon.
Okay, so we'll leave you with some warm wishes for healthy and happy years ahead. Love you guys. Bye.
All the best.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Great. What you up to?
Well, I just got a message through Messenger from Eleanor, and she was saying that Bob's turning 80.
80? He
Yeah,
he
April
be-
27th.
He can be 80.
Well, that's what I was thinking, but I'm 73 and you do the arithmetic and I guess he's 80.
I guess so. Like a fine wine. Better with age.
Better and smarter, we hope.
Well, speaking of smarter, didn't Bob go to university?
Yes, he did. He went to University of Manitoba. He took the agricultural program there.
Okay.
And yeah, he was pretty smart.
Still is.
Yeah. And I worked out at the farm too. I worked out there in grade 11, summer of grade 11.
Yeah.
And I know that he was pretty fast. He could walk faster than I could run. I had to run to keep up with him.
He was a mover. I remember those times out at Snowflake at the farm. We used to have those wonderful family get-togethers and always involved music. And that was the best time. Just listen to the family play.
Yeah,
and
those
Bob,
are great times.
Yeah, he was pretty amazing. He could play anything and he played it by ear. Like just.
Well, he plays down south too. I think he enjoys playing down south.
Yeah.
Hopefully he remembers how to play. That's one of the last things to go.
I remember he played at our wedding.
Oh yes, of course. That was great music.
Got the band together and yeah.
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 Hey Debbie, I wonder if there's any activity in the bedroom after 80.
Can't ask that. Camera's rolling,
It is?
I think we better just wish Bob a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Happy
birthday to you.
There's
no one like you. Uniquely created. We love knowing you. Happy birthday,
Bob.
And many more.
I'm Shirley Godkin, Bob's niece, and Robert is behind the camera. Uncle Bob, I just wanted to send you wonderful birthday greetings for your 80th birthday. I hope that you have a great celebration whenever and however it happens, and that it involves music. We'll be thinking of you on April 27th. Hugs, Shirley.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bob. Happy birthday to you.
And many more, man.
Yeah.
Hey, we miss you. We're down in Alamo right now.
Yeah, the valley isn't like it used to be, but we sure miss you.
Yep.
We do.
Yeah, we went to quite a few jams. Jane Coomer is with us, and we're actually in her trailer right now, her mobile home. So we have had a pretty good time so far, and more jams than we thought. And like to see you. Hopefully we'll see you down sometime here next year. We've played with Roger and pretty much the old gang, and did some country and some big band too. So I'm going to do the clarinet polka with Dennis at Fiesta Village Sunday. So you can play with us. So we drove down, and we're going to be probably heading up around the 12th of March. We'll be back home in Waverly, Iowa, and Jan will continue her journey to Elizabeth, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
So anything else you guys want to?
Just many more, Bob.
Yes. Happy birthday.
We're all too bashful to say any more. So I'll tell Barb hi, and we'll talk to you soon, eh? Okay, have a good one, man.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey Bob, happy 80th birthday. I hope your day is filled with good friends and lots of good music as well. Have a great day.
Joe and Lynn sent in 2 pictures from the mid-1960s. The first one is from the 4-H Beef Club, taken at Fred and Mary Lyon's home. Not sure many details on the second picture, but the man is the ag rep from Morden. And I added this third picture that I found from our slides, and it was some sort of anniversary celebration on the farm at our house. Sending greetings to Bob on your 80th. Have a great day and celebrate well. Love, Joe and Lynn.
We got asked to play for a birthday gathering this summer. A lady over at Crossfield, and it was her 100th birthday. And so they said, you know, you can't do that unless you go to Maine. So we decided, well, what can we call ourselves? And so we decided on Remember When. And that should ring a bell with a lot of people because we're always trying to remember something.
This birthday message is from Lynn. This is Lynn, and Ed is on the guitar. The subject of this greeting is called Remember When, which is the name of the group that you showcase so well, Bob, as does Bev, Ed, and Grant. So here goes. Remember when COVID invaded our serene, somewhat quiet lifestyle and everyone freaked out, holed up, and didn't even see family or friends? Remember when the summer of 2020, the 8 of us all motored out to Bev and Gerald's wonderful farm and the music was created, very welcomed in a safe, almost legal setting. The very large building worked perfectly. Remember when the year 2021 we did the same, spent once a week with good friends, fabulous music, and very good snacks and lunches. Remember when, and then check out the photo, the 4 of you played in Old Seniors Lodge for Fern's 100th birthday. Remember when we switched the weekly jams to our house and the music continued to be very welcomed. We have enjoyed yours, Bob, and Barb's company very much the last few years and hope it continues for many more years to come. Love, Ed and Lynn.
Hi, Bob. Happy 80th birthday. We hope that you have a long and happy future and lots of music, and we wish you all the best for the next 40 years.
Happy birthday, Bob!
Welcome to the 80s Club. You'll love it.
Hello, Robert. Have a good birthday.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Happy birthday, Bob! Looking forward to hearing you play again one day on the deck. Enjoy your day.
Enjoy your day, Bob.
Okay, Bob.
All right. I gotta say hi to Marble too.
Hi, Barb.
Hi, Barb.
Hi, Barb.
Okay.
Here's a story of Bob MacArthur, 4 grown kids with families of their own. It was so sad when Colleen went up to heaven, and he was all alone. And there's Barbara in a similar situation, 2 grown boys with families of their own. Her husband is now up with the angels, and she was all alone. Till the one day Dad was cooking up a salmon, and he thought, well, I won't likely eat it all. I wonder who would make a good companion. So he gave Barb a call. She happily accepted his invitation, and knowing her, she probably brought over something sweet. And as they say, the rest of it is history, and they felt more complete. Pretty soon it was becoming more official, and Bob was moving all his stuff in her garage. Did Barb know what she was getting into? He called it organized chaos, happy as can be, an extended family. And that's the way we became the McLatimers.
Hi everyone. When Eleanor asked me to contribute something to her dad for his birthday, this thought came to my mind. So I've written a bit of a story, and I'd like to start with chapter 1. My husband and I met both he and Colleen at church when we moved to Cochrane in 1999. There was common ground in the fact that both husbands were from Manitoba and both couples had spent the winter in Texas. Occasionally, we kept in touch via email when there were special things happening in our lives. One day, about a year after my husband passed away, I decided to contact Bob. I asked him if he would like to join me for lunch at my house. Little did he know that I had a plan to chat with him about a future job. The job would be to work with me in my house for the years ahead. So I set up an appointment for him to come for a visit and for lunch. We had a lot of catching up to do. After all, I really didn't know much about him. So after lunch, we sat down in the living room and sat on the Chesterfield, and I pulled out a piece of paper that I had scribbled a few questions on. Don't know what was going through his head, but I suspected he thought maybe this was an interview. After asking him a few questions, I got down to business with my checklist. Because I'm such an outdoors person, I decided to ask him a few questions on that topic. So where do you go hiking? And do you like outdoor sports? What team do you cheer for? What about picnics? Where do you go? And what golf courses? And where do you like to go skiing? The answer I got was, I'm a fair weather outdoors person. And did you ever know a farmer who loves any of those activities? After hearing his answer, I decided to move on to the next question. Surely I can hit on a topic he does like. But what about music, I said to him. What kind of music do you enjoy? Well, now I was getting to the topic he had another opinion on. I had a list of songs. I asked him if he liked any of them. Maybe he could play them sometime. Some of them he knew, but only the first line. I wondered why. Why would you only know the first line of a song? The answer was so he could just get started playing the song. Now I was beginning to make sense of his topic. At this point, he did not have his clarinet with him. So, note to self, I was to ask him to bring it the next time I saw him, and he did. Chapter 2. His travel experiences included places that my husband and I were familiar with, so it was an easy topic. Texas had been our winter home since we retired. We always knew when he and Colleen were getting ready to leave for the South. They would drop by for coffee and a visit. Colleen and I would enjoy exchanging homemade baking to share, while both Bobs would head for the computer room to solve some sort of an issue down there. We had used the Call Rob services a few times to help us with the challenges of understanding how computers operate, and he always seemed to be able to get us up and running again. Needless to say, Bob was the successful applicant for the job. That year, I was to join him in Texas for the winter, and the rest is history. Chapter 3. One day, we were chatting about when we go to bed. He spoke up and said, well, I never go to bed the same day I get up. I thought, I wonder why. All these years have passed, and I'm still trying to figure this one out. Over the years, we have traveled extensively through the United States and Canada, visiting family and friends. We have met many wonderful musicians and their wives along the way. Our winters in Texas were always very busy with music jams happening most every day, as well as other volunteer work that I was doing. I think I'm still the best fan, and I know there are many others who run a very close second. What a gift you bring, Bob, and share so generously with everyone. There is no better gift to share than bringing folks together and bringing joy into their lives. Unfortunately, the last 2 years we have not been able to go to Texas, but we continue to have hope that in the future we may again be able to go. Something else I've discovered about Bob is he's a how-to kind of guy, and he's also, I can do that kind of man as well. Anyone who has ever met him will attest to that. There is nothing he can't do. He is never too busy to stop what he is doing and offer guidance or help to somebody. He treats me the same. Another good reason to hire him and have him around me for sure. We have been blessed to have found each other. I hope we will continue to have each other in our lives for the time we have left to enjoy. And in closing, I want to say to you, Bob, that I have honestly never slept with an 80-year-old man, and that is my story, and I will stick to it. You are one very special guy, and I am so happy to have you in my life. Happy birthday to you, Bob, and I love you very much.
Oh, well, I hope you blow better than that, Bob. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bob. Happy birthday to you.
Happy 80th.
So this is a birthday greeting to Bob MacArthur from Rob Latimer. Hey, Bob, I need your advice. Never mind your birthday. I'm in my garage and I'm wondering, to get your help, how best do I start stacking all of my stuff in my garage? How do I start stacking that up high to get it out of the way so I can fit like 15 vehicles in my garage like you do? I really need that help. Next time you're here, we'll grab some Bacardi, some Coke, we'll sneak out to the garage, figure it out. Love you. Take care.
Happy birthday, Bob! We just want to say we are so thankful you are part of our family, and we want to share a few Bob-isms that we have learned from you over the years. Mine is, well, I don't know about that.
Mine will be, oh, yep, okay.
I'll have a little rum and Coke if you're going to have one.
And that could be,
Yeah.
you are always kind and gentle and very diplomatic. And we are very thankful that God brought you to our family.
And a big Mr. Fix-It type guy.
Mm-hmm. Many
Yeah.
skills.
Yeah. Anyway, love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Take
Have
care.
a good celebration. God
Bye-bye.
bless you. Bye-bye.
Oh, it's starting to struggle.
Oh, that was great. I haven't seen an episode of The Brady Bunch in a long time. Up next, you're going to hear from us kids. But first, little tidbit, did you know that before bed, what Dad and Barb love to do in the evening is watch YouTube? So here are some musical artists from YouTube that we think you'll enjoy.
Happy birthday to you. A birthday solo.
As you have repeated to me frequently, the sands of time slow for no man. I'm nearing 60, Elgin would have been 123, and you are now 80 on the calendar. We all hope that we are lucky enough to survive into old age, but the speed at which that takes place is surprising for some of us. Growing up on a farm as we did was a unique experience, confirmed again and again by those who hear the stories. The luxury of learning from both my father and my grandfather daily as I grew through adolescence is an enduring gift. Those invaluable lessons learned on the farm are etched deep in my subconscious memories and continuously pop up in adulthood. I will say this about both my paternal mentors. People in general seem to like you, and I did not hear anything to the contrary from anyone in the community or the family. You were always helpful first and guiding thereafter. You finished whatever you started and tried very hard to assure that you did not let anyone down. I am proud to say that as each day passes, I see a little more of my father in me. Happy 80th birthday, Dad.
Johnny, go, 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 Johnny.
Hi, Dad. Here's a song that we played together at the lodge in Sonoma when you came to visit. It's The Birth of the Blues in the key of C, in case you want to pull out your clarinet or saxophone and play along with me.
Sorry for the interruption, to interrupt Lynn's beautiful accompaniment. But I thought, wouldn't it be nice if Dad could play along? So I thought, I wonder if I can get away with not tipping him off by sending him just the audio. I asked him to play along in the key of C. I don't know if he figured out if this was Lynn playing, but I took out the video and her talking. He was very typical in wanting to help. I told him I was testing something on my movie editor, and I needed him to do it just like we did on that Christmas project before where you heard him and Rob play, and send it to me on Google Drive. He did it, didn't ask me many questions, and really did a wonderful job. And now I get to put it together so everyone can see. This is how it turned out. It was totally worth it.
I really like that song. Happy birthday to my 80-year-old young dad. Hey, it's never too late to start learning. I just got the clarinet 2 days ago. Love you, Dad, and Kelly and I look forward to coming up to visit you and Barb really soon.
People passing by, they will stop and say, oh my, that little country boy sure could play. Go, 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 Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Johnny, be good.
Hi, Dad. Happy 80th birthday. It's Karen, your middle daughter. I just thought I would say a few things to reminisce a little bit about growing up with you as a dad. As a young girl on the farm, I remember being very busy, things being very busy in the yard. You were always so busy in the yard, and then you'd come home for supper. Didn't see a lot of you during the day. Come home for supper. Mom always peeled a lot of potatoes. There was a lot of potatoes on the plate to make sure that you got some energy for all the hard work you were doing. There was always lots of hard work, from picking potatoes, tending to the corn patch to sell corn in the summer, dealing with the produce in the garden. And I remember you always working so hard at everything that you did. You're always fixing the machinery, harvesting the crops, dealing with the produce in the garden. There was a huge garden, so I remember dealing with that. Tending to the cows and the chickens for a period of time. I don't remember a lot about chickens. I think it was maybe only about 5 when I remember the day when all their heads were cut off and they were running around the yard with their heads cut off. I think maybe the only reason I'm remembering it is maybe because I was traumatized from that. But anyway, I remember that day. Having a day with you was not getting underfoot and trying to keep up with you walking. You have a very purposeful walk, and I remember I used to have to run to try to keep up with you. I also remember when I went with you one time in the farm truck, you always drove so fast. And I remember, holding on for dear life and holding on to the door handle on the side. And I guess you took a corner really fast one time and I pulled down on the door handle and went flying out the door onto the dirt. I think I scraped my knee. I don't think I got too injured, so luckily. So I don't know whether I just never pulled down on the door handle again after that, or maybe I never went with you in the truck again. Who knows? Maybe I was traumatized from that too. I remember, we had lots of fun after you built the dune buggy with Wayne. There was many, many hours of driving that thing around. And when our friends came over, that was always a highlight. Oh, let's go on the dune buggy. So we'd spent a lot of time on that. Of course, there was lots of music in the house. You and Mom were always practicing for church or for some kind of event coming up, like the Storm Mound concert, or maybe playing for the people in the lodge in Pilot Mound. I always remember you guys, preparing a lot for, spreading your music around to make people happy. And I always appreciated that. I always thought that was really nice that you guys would do that, because it made a lot of people really happy to hear music, and you guys always played music so well. And I think that was nice that you were able to pass that trade on to all of us kids. I was lucky enough to learn how to play the violin, and I remember playing the violin with Grandpa MacArthur, who was an old-time fiddler, so I'd play with him a little bit, and then you would chord on the piano. So I remember that was lots of fun. That was really cool to be able to play, with the 3 generations. I was always lucky enough to play the bass guitar. I guess I was kind of voluntold to play it when I was in grade 12. The bass guitar player quit, and we needed one. Dad, you needed one quick for the band. So I learned like in a week with Tom Rothwell. I remember him giving me some lessons, and then we just went with it. So I learned a lot about playing by ear during those 10 years that I played the bass guitar in the band. But it was lots of fun, lots of joking around, lots of laughing. I do seem to remember the ladies coming to the stage, with their stars in their eyes and wanting to talk to Bob MacArthur because you played the horns so well. So I remember something about that. I also remember, I really enjoyed the rides home at 2 a.m. in the morning after we packed the van. After you packed the van, nobody else could pack the van except you. But once we got on the road, we always had tried to talk to each other, to keep each other awake. So I always knew that once you started turning your head and looking with one eye out the front, that you were in trouble. So I had to get you talking so that we could make sure you didn't drive off the road or something. I'm grateful that you've been around to be a grandpa to my kids and a great grandpa to Cam's kids. I know you don't live in Manitoba, so you don't see us that often or anything like that, but whenever you make contact with us, whether it's in person or on the phone or texting or whatever, you're always, very interested in what everyone's doing and have nice conversations. So that's great. Scott and the kids, they always joke around about me being Bob MacArthur's daughter because I know how to pack a dishwasher or pack the van. There was a lot of lessons learned and, growing up that you provided. So I probably wouldn't be able to show you how to clean a spark plug or change the tire right now, but you did teach us how to do that. I remember taking a course in 4-H. I think I was the only girl for small engine repair or something. So I remember learning how to clean spark plugs and fix a lawnmower, that kind of stuff. Anyway, I just wanted to wish you a very happy 80th birthday, Dad. I hope you have a great day on your birthday. We appreciate everything that you do, and we love you very much. I love you, Dad. Talk to you soon.
Hi, Bob. This is your son-in-law, Scott, wishing you a happy 80th birthday. Best wishes from the Cole family. Have a good time.
Happy birthday, Dad. Oh, close. That's okay. It was pretty close at the end there. Nice.
Let's do it again.
Okay, do it again.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Maybe let's back up a little bit from her, Ewan, because it makes a lot of sound in her ears there.
Oh, okay, maybe it's hard to hear. Okay, try again, Dana.
Try it again. We'll give you a little more space here.
Oh, okay, try again. You guys are a band now.
They never let Rudolph join in any reindeer games like Monopoly. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to stay in his underwear. Rudolph was driving out so bright, one you my sleigh tonight. Then all the reindeer loved him, even though Rudolph was annoying. As we shouted out with glee, not really. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, yelled down his story, not really. Not really.
Okay, bow.
You're supposed to clap.
Well, my hands are full.
Hi, Grandpa. It's your grandson, Ewan. I just wanted to wish you a happy 80th birthday, and I just wanted to bring up a few memories that stuck with me all these years. The first memory was you would always bring your clarinet, your saxophone, and you would always come play whenever you came to town with Barb or with Grandma, and I remember we all had a really good time when you played. Another memory was we always used to clink glasses and say cheers whenever you guys came to town, and I remember Grandma was typically known for that, and you both kind of really went along with it. And the last memory was your work ethic really stuck with me all these years. I've always known you and labeled you as a hard worker, and it's kind of stuck with me and really helped me become a hard worker myself. So happy birthday.
Hi Grandpa, it's your granddaughter Dana. I just wanted to say happy birthday, and I wanted to share one of my favorite memories of you, and it was when you came out to our house one time in the summer, and we started playing music together and stuff. So it's always been fun hearing you play your saxophone for us, having us dance around and play the piano and stuff. So thanks for that.
First of all, I want to point out that my dad has a lot of good qualities for one person. To save time, one could just list all the things he's not good at, all the instruments he doesn't play, and all the subjects he's not brilliant in. You know, when I think of Dad, I think of really 3 words come to mind: capable, dependable, and patient. Oh, Lord, the patience. Sometimes I think, wow, are we related? Because I would have wanted to have a lot more of Dad's good qualities. There is more to my dad than meets the eye. He can almost seem quiet and laid back, and nothing really gets him too animated. He's very calm and methodical in his thinking. And when he's getting ready to say something, he'll clear his throat, which is almost like announcing he's about to say something. He's very social, not afraid of public speaking, and he just expresses himself in other ways. Take a look. One of my best memories of Dad was one particular Halloween. We always had a big garden and pretty big harvest of pumpkins, and we would can some of them and use some of them for jack-o'-lanterns, etc. They were hard work, and when we started growing pumpkin squash, which is quite large and soft, it wasn't quite as much effort to get them into jars. One year, we had a massive pumpkin squash, and it was a nice round shape. Dad told me that we were going to load it into the Ford Super Cab, drive into town to the grain elevator, and weigh it. And then I could make a jack-o'-lantern out of it. Now, Dad was about 10 steps ahead, as usual, and was thinking, how would we transport this squash without dropping it? He made a stretcher to go under it, and this was how he envisioned that he and I were going to lift it. It turns out it was 121 pounds. Wow, I carved the scariest face I could think of into this enormous pumpkin squash. And finally, Halloween came. The trick-or-treaters were making lots of comments about the huge jack-o'-lantern, and then Dad discovered that the candle was cooking the squash, so he had to rig up a light bulb halfway through the night, always thinking on his feet. Sewing in 4-H was something my parents wanted all of us girls to take. For some reason, I didn't want to take sewing, but it was non-negotiable. In our household, it was not our mother who was the seamstress. It was our father. I would get a very strong reaction when people would hear about this. As the story goes, when Aunt Mary got her Bernina sewing machine, which was a big deal back then, Dad was very mechanical-minded and wanted to learn how it worked. So what if that turned into learning to hem pants and put in a new zipper, right? Vivian Weeks was my teacher, and even she was surprised to learn Dad was helping me with my samples. Unfortunately, I sewed sort of like the way people say Dad drives. Pedal to the metal, and then me and the stitch ripper would spend more quality time together. Finally, we were getting my samples ready for the 4-H achievement the next day, and we were going to wash and press my samples. When they came out of the dryer with big greasy looking splotches all over them, we discovered that someone in our household recently had had a perm, and the towel got thrown in to my samples and ruined them. So I had a little freak out. They're ruined, I said. Dad assesses the situation and decides, okay, so you learned how to sew them, but for the sake of time, I'm going to quickly redo these samples and no one will really need to know what happened. Sound good? I could tell that his patience with me had been tested, and he had been thinking, this child and her sewing. The next year, I did not have to take sewing, which I think was sort of more of a gift for him than it was for me. And then I learned how to paint, and ironically, I do a little sewing today, which I think really surprises, both of us. This is my childhood stuffy, Leo the lion. One time when there was too much light in our bedroom and my Aunt Debbie and Uncle Gary were visiting, and Aunt Debbie was probably trying to put the kids to sleep, she placed my lion on top of a lamp to make it dimmer, and it burned a hole in his tummy. Poor Auntie, she probably felt so bad. And I went to Dad and was very concerned about how much pain he might be in. Dad said, not to worry, I can make him good as new. So this is the patch he sewed. I always wondered why he picked a burgundy colored velour. I'm not sure, but he certainly saved the day. Typical Dad. Dad was a very hard worker. When I see all the pictures of how slim he was, it wasn't because he was on a diet, it's really because he ran his ass off on that farm. He had very little downtime. Here's a sign that it's 10 o'clock on a weeknight. Yep, that's sound of MASH. MASH was a small pleasure that Dad would enjoy at the end of his hard day. Mom would have a snack and some coffee ready, and this was definitely his type of humor. There were many nights he was not home and that seat on the sofa would be empty, and I also witnessed him hurrying to wash up to catch the beginning. Oh, April Fool's Day. How I lived for this day. Everyone having to put up with my pranks. Soap on the toothbrushes, saran wrap on the toilet seats, whoopee cushions everywhere. After my siblings left home, there was only Mom and Dad, and I focused all of my attention onto them. It was grade 12, the last year they would have to put up with my antics, and Dad announced that his trick on me was that he was not going to let me get him. Oh, it was on. All day, Dad looked before he sat, checked behind doors, looked in shoes, you name it. He was serious about this. I was not going to get him. It was almost midnight, and I had one more trick up my sleeve. Right before bed, Dad was in the bathroom. Okay, so anybody who knows Grandma and Grandpa's house, I was at the top of the stairs, and their bedroom was at the very bottom of the stairs. So right before bed, Dad was in the bathroom and Mom was in bed. I went into their room and said I was just putting something in my memory book that was in the bottom drawer of the dresser. Mom had said, get to bed, it's late, it's been a long day. I slipped a whoopee cushion under Dad's pillow, but inside the pillowcase, so that when he lifted up the pillow to check, to see if anything was there, that he just might not see it. Now, I had to play this just right. If I fill the whoopee cushion up too full, he's gonna see it. If I don't fill the whoopee cushion up enough, it could fail. So I'm waiting at the top of the stairs. I can see Dad come into the room and pull the sheets all the way to the bottom of the bed, looking for rubber snakes, and he lifted his pillow and said something to Mom like, I made it through that whole day. He gets into bed, lays down, and nothing happens. I wait and wait and wait what seems like forever, and then Dad finally rolls over and right in Mom's ear. He basically farted in her face. Mom's reaction was priceless. She goes, Bob! Eleanor! That kid! I can hear Dad laughing and then Mom laughing, and of course I was just about falling down the stairs saying, I got you just under the wire! Poor Mom, she was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, but I was so focused on getting Dad. That's good. Swearing was something that I got into trouble for a lot, that and lying. I had gotten my mouth washed out with soap a few times, and when that didn't work, Dad said in order to do a better job, he would have to scrub out all parts of my mouth with a toothbrush to get all the lies out. Which toothbrush is yours? He asked. So I lied and I pointed to Karen's. I didn't see why my toothbrush should have to pay the price. Dad was really not a cursor. He was a little bit of a shoot, darn, gall darn it kind of guy, but never F. Until one day, Mom and Dad missed their flight from Cochrane to Winnipeg for Karen and Scott's wedding. The alarm went off 45 minutes before their flight. Dad was running around, putting on socks and pants, saying, "Colleen, get going. Our plane leaves in 45 minutes. Talk about role reversal. That would be typical Mom, but instead, Mom was the voice of reason. "Bob, stop rushing around. Think about it. You have to be there an hour before your flight, and we are more than 45 minutes from the airport. We are going to miss our plane." So when Dad finally computed all the math, he sat on the side of the bed, recalling that famous scene from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and said, "We're effed."
I want a car right now.
May I see your rental agreement?
I threw it away.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy, what?
Everyone at the wedding was talking about it. Bob MacArthur said the F word, no way. It even made a page in my photo album. While in the bathroom, Mr. Rothwell welcomed Dad to the F word club and asked, "What took you so long? Think of all the stress you could have blown off if you had started earlier." So swing time. Karen graduated, they needed a bass player once again and didn't have one and came to me. I thought, why would I want to be doing that on a Saturday night? And besides, I don't even know how to play. And if I make a mistake, it's going to be a pretty loud mistake. So Dad explained that there was no one else and I would have to learn and I would get paid the same as everyone else. There was Dad on the horns, Tom Rothwell on tenor sax, Robin Sillers on piano, and Ken McKenzie on drums. After a while, Tom took over the piano and Jerry Butler played saxophone. I played for 3 years in high school from grade 10 to 12. I could not hear chord changes very well on the slower songs, but Tom explained that whatever he was doing with his left hand would be a hint of what I was supposed to be doing. That's why the bass player sits next to the piano player. And I could count on Tom, Jerry, and Ken to buy me drinks. They would wink when they brought them around and I drank behind Dad's back. Like literally, I literally sat right behind Dad. I remember Dad's rum and cokes would start to pile up around his feet behind the band sign as he would only have time to drink them later. I once told Dad that wasn't a very good lesson in drinking and driving, as he'd pound them back at the end of the night. His retort was, well, I wasn't pounding them back per se. I was just catching up is all. Karen had warned me about the one eye, you know, the thing where Dad's driving and he turns his head and Karen said, you have to keep him talking. And to this day, I don't get it. How does it help you? How does it work? How does it help to turn your head? I would offer to drive, but Dad was very stubborn about driving. I would be the one drinking like a normal person and cut mine off hours ago, and yet I'm not the one driving. Tom would get very fired up when Dad would start playing and not tell him what key. I complained a lot about missing the party of the year, but I really felt like, hey, if you have to spend an evening with a bunch of adults, I can't think of a nicer group of people than those guys. I will say this about both of my parents. They did not squander their gift of music, that is for sure. I didn't really keep it up. I have a keyboard, but I don't really play regularly and I don't own a bass guitar. I'm not a very good singer. Most things are either too high or too low. But for some reason, Walk Like an Egyptian is right in my sweet spot. However, I don't see many opportunities to sing that. As an adult, I really enjoy my relationship with my dad. I can swear and not get my mouth washed out with soap. I can have a drink together with him and I don't have to sneak around about it. We have lots of good conversations. So yeah, I really like that a lot. I want to thank you, Dad, for a couple things. I want to thank you for helping me with my math. That's just where you really shine. For making the dune buggy, we had hours of fun on that thing, and it's probably why I love going topless in my Jeep Wrangler so much. I call it wind therapy, but it probably reminds me of my youth. On a side note to Rob and Betty, when I was telling Dad and Barb about our trip to Colorado the June before COVID, Dad really perked up and had a lot of questions about Jeeps and off-roading, and it seemed like something they would probably enjoy doing, just as an FYI.
Holler and play me. I got a 4-ton winch on the front, pretty sure it'll save me. Well, it's a Jeep thing, you wouldn't understand. Rough and rowdy and ready to ride, it ain't no minivan. But when you're cruising along in a mud hole and you're giving her all you can, go and get yourself a Jeep, son. Maybe then you'll understand.
I want to thank you, Dad, for taking so many pictures and never missing an opportunity to take one. We could go on an entire vacation and you might only be in 2 pictures, but as a result, you know, we have all those pictures to treasure, which I really, really appreciate, and I've used many of them in this project, for example. Thank you for sharing your and Mom's love for travel with us kids. Karen and I were over the moon when you told us we were going to Disneyland. I also want to thank you, Dad, for taking such good care of our mother when her health was failing. You were attentive, supportive, loving, and an advocate for Mom when one nurse's shift would end and the other would begin. It takes a real special kind of person. And, you know, that's just you, Dad. Proves my 3 points again. Capable, dependable, and patient. Barb, you're about as nice a lady as we could hope our dad would meet and want to spend and share his life with. I look forward to many more visits with you both, games of pool, holidays like Thanksgiving and like last Christmas, and attending the odd jam here and there could be fun. So cheers, Dad, to 80 years. Happy birthday. I love you, Dad. See you soon.
Wow, you know, it really must be a special day today because I just paused an Oilers game, and believe me, that doesn't happen very often. Hey, I just want to pass along my best wishes for a great birthday. Whenever your name comes up in our house, I always think back to when we lived over in Archibald and we had the flooding situation. I remember you came in, you went downstairs and you kind of surveyed the damage down there, then you went upstairs and out the back door and you took a look around, and within a couple of minutes you said, well, what we have to do is we have to dig a trench from the corner of the house to the back alley at an incline, fill it with weeping tile, button it back up, and we'll be good to go. And you know what? It worked. No more flooding. Anyway, I just want to pass along my best wishes for a great day today on your 80th birthday, and we will see you and Barb very soon. Now, back to the Oilers game.
We're gonna go for a walk. Rocky, did you want to say happy birthday? Did you want to give some kisses? Did you want to bark? No? I think Rocky likes to express himself in his own way, which is usually in a greeting card. So do you want me to include a couple more greeting cards in the video, Rocky? Okay.
All right. But you guys do need to remember that I was on reach for the top team.
Oh, God. That's right.
Alec Trebek actually came up. He was the first to come up with that game show in Canada, Reach for the Top. So I'm ready. Bring it on.
So you think you're better than us?
No, no, I'm not saying that.
Sounds like the gloves are off. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to find out who knows the most about Dad. And if you can, I want to go around starting with Rob and say your name and where you are. Or I'll start. I'm Eleanor, and I'm in Red Deer, Alberta.
Go with age, Karen.
Okay, I'm Karen Cole, and I'm in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
I am Lynn MacArthur, and I am in Sonoma, California.
And this is R.W. MacArthur, and I'm in Woodland Park, Colorado.
And can you hear Grandma and Grandpa's clock chiming? It's going to interrupt every 15 minutes.
Awesome.
Just so you know, that's what it does. Okay, everybody, are we ready?
We're ready.
Put your thinking caps on. Here we go. What do Dad's grandkids call him? Papa, Grandpa, Gramps, or Mom's dad? Go.
Gramps.
Wrong.
I guess that means I got to answer the other one. I'm going to go with Papa.
Karen, what is it?
It's Grandpa.
Yep. Don't have to put up your hand, just shout her out, because I might not be looking in the right place at the right time. Which uncle was a mentor to Dad and encouraged him to play the clarinet?
George.
Yes. Lynn, you don't have to put up your hand. Just
right.
Shout it out.
I'm a teacher. I can't help myself.
Yeah. I'm not going to put up my hand if I have to pee.
Okay. I knew that one.
Okay. Dad gets teased a lot about how to do this and the correct way to do that. At a fowl supper, what is the best way to build your plate? A, start from the outside and work towards the center. B, work from right to left. C, stack in layers. Or D, make your plate look like you don't eat much and get in line twice.
D.
Layers.
First one. I'm going to say the first one.
You know, you guys are just going to hate me. This is kind of a trick question because no one really knows except for Dad. These are just a few warm-up questions. Okay, so Karen provided quite a list of the how-to things that Dad does, so I'll just burn through the list. Change a tire, pile as much food on your plate as a smorgasbord, eat an orange by cutting it in half and turning it inside out, chording on the piano, playing the bass guitar, playing pool, sewing a mean patch, butter your corn on the cob by putting the butter on your plate and then the salt and pepper, then spread it on your corn cob and eat 3 or 4 rows at a time. It's a good method, Dad. Carve a piece of meat. Put an absorbent sanitary pad on your wound from a farm-related accident. Do something better or more efficiently on a computer or phone. Build the perfect campfire by systematically increasing the size of the twigs and then wood. Clean a spark plug. Scrape your dirty boots on the boot scraper outside the side door and scrape the layer of mowed grass from a lawnmower. Pretty good list, Karen. Okay, now let's get going. Warm up is over. Let's go. If Dad were an animal, which one would he be and why? A dog, a cat, or a mouse? A dog, a cat, or a mouse? Which animal?
A mouse. I think a mouse because he goes around the edges and makes his way in and is sneaky.
Okay.
I'm going to say dog because he's very loyal.
Any more guesses?
RW?
Can't think of why he would be a cat. I don't think he ever particularly liked them, and there's nothing about him that reminds me of a cat, so I can't.
Okay, I'm going to tell you it's a mouse, and it's because mice like cheese. What is Dad's favorite kind of cheese? Imperial spreadable cheese, blue cheese, or aged cheddar?
Aged cheddar.
Imperial.
It's the Imperial. You know what? I'm sure he loves all 3 cheeses, honest to God. But that's
really likes it. He likes that Cracker Barrel sharp cheese that you...
That's the Imperial, and it's spreadable. It's actually hardly spreadable, but it's very good.
Okay.
When my whoopee cushion got a hole in it, most parents would be so glad. What did Dad do about it? Bought me a new one, replaced it, or repaired it using a tire patch?
Replaced it. Repaired it.
Who does that, right? We all remember the dune buggy built by Dad and Rob. We also know that it had an auger motor with a rope pull start. But did you know that they made it from a 1958 Dodge sedan? Who was the previous owner of the sedan? Buff Gore, Elmer Dew, or Kim Taylor?
Buff.
Kim Taylor.
Rob?
It was Elmer Dew.
Yeah, I never knew that. Not at all. I just thought you guys built it from scratch. What did the dune buggy never have? Now think about this before you blurt it out. Brakes, fenders, or keys?
Keys.
Keys.
What are keys?
Well, it's a pull start, so it never had keys.
Hello. Okay. Okay.
But at one time it didn't have brakes and it didn't have fenders either. Sneaky. It has been said that Dad walks fast and it's hard to keep up. Who told Karen that she walked like her dad with purpose? Was it Faye McCannell, Grandma White, or Auntie Vi?
Auntie Vi.
I'm going to go with Faye McCannell.
It's Faye. Lynn's significant other, Kelly, cooked this type of meat for Dad and said it was his favorite. Was it steak, ham, or rib?
Ham. I think ham.
Correct. Dad was very good at school and got straight A's in math, history, and physics. Which subject did he say was his worst? Home ec, phys ed, or English?
English.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do you know what he said about it? He said, I don't know why we couldn't just read a book and not analyze it to death. And I would say to Dad, because I remember saying something like that, why can't I just use a calculator? Our parents owned the federal elevator in Snowflake, Manitoba for what period of time? A decade, just over a decade, or just under a decade?
Just over.
Just under a decade.
Correct, just under a decade. What style of piano playing did Dad learn in order to play along with Grandpa's fiddle?
Chording.
Correct. Who did our parents buy our swimming pool from?
McClellan's.
Correct. What did they pay for it? $100, $150, or $200?
$100.
Correct. Of Dad's many inventions, what did he rig up to heat the water in the swimming pool?
Black plastic coils on the roof.
Correct. He had an auger motor, too, that pumped it up there and back down. What is Dad's favorite British comedy?
Benny Hill.
Yes. What would be the very best way to describe Benny Hill? A comedian, a TV actor, a dirty old man, or a pervert?
Dirty old man.
Well, correct, but also a pervert.
I was going to say last two.
What theme song was from that show?
Yakety Sax.
Correct. What, hang on. Who begged and pleaded for Tippy to get fixed, and then when Dad finally agreed, Tippy was in heat again?
Eleanor.
Yes. See, I was pro-birth control. Even back then, I was way Other than the saxophone and clarinet, what is the other instrument Dad is known for playing as a close third?
Bass guitar.
Yes. What did Dad like to sneak downstairs to eat when Mom wasn't looking?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Dad did not always eat it with a spoon. He ate it with a
fork.
Knife.
Isn't that weird?
I still do.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh, it's hereditary.
Okay. From the British Carry On movies, which is Dad's favorite? Carry On Doctor, Carry On Up the Jungle, or Carry On Cowboy?
Up the Jungle?
Yes. What is with these British comedies? What's more difficult to read? Shakespeare, Lord of the Rings, or Our Father?
Dad.
Yep. Worse than Macbeth. What was Dad's most common method of sharpening a knife?
Well, he used a steel.
He did. What's another one?
Of sharpening a knife?
Yep.
Well, Grandpa and he both used a spit stone. Coffee cup.
Yeah, the bottom of a ceramic mug. That was Karen's question.
Yeah, I came over one time and all my sharps were sharpened in the morning. I was wondering what he did.
What year was the farm auction? 1991, 1992, or 1993?
93.
Yeah. I forgot what this other knife question. What type of knife was Mom most often seen with?
What type of a knife?
Yeah.
Herring.
No, that's a good guess. Mac knife, which I'm sure they make a paring knife. They had a set of those Mac knives, remember? What task kept Dad up all night the night before the farm sale? Finishing a trailer for Rob to take to Colorado, replacing a clutch in one of the tractors, or organizing the used tires in the shed?
Rob's trailer.
Used tires.
No, it was the clutch in the tractor. I did know that one. They're up the whole night like they didn't need sleep. Who bought the dune buggy at the farm auction? Ron Funk, Robert Harms, or Robert Hanford?
Robert Harms.
Ron Funk.
It was Ron Funk. I wonder if it's still running. What did Dad do that really offended Karen that was very private? Tried on her grad duress, read her diary, or walked in on her in the bathroom?
Diary. I'll go with diary.
Absolutely. Karen had a crush on a boy and wrote about it in her diary. What lame answer did Dad give when asked why he read it? It was too steamy and I couldn't put it down. I love reading books and then analyzing them after. I thought it was Lynn.
I'll go with Lynn's.
What he said. Oh, I thought it was Lynn's. What part of Dad's body is scarred for life from the farm? His head from thinking so much, his shins, or his face where Karen punched him from reading her diary?
Shins.
Shins.
Yes, they're just a mess. When punishing us kids, one time Dad banged Lynn and Rob's heads together. What was he trying to do? Knock some sense into them? Teach about physics, or he liked the sound of it?
Probably all of the above. Probably.
That is the weirdest punishment method I think I've ever heard.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, no wonder.
I have this permanent concussion.
Yeah. It's got long-term effects. Hey. Dad's learning how to sew originated from what? His desire to replace a zipper, his curiosity of the mechanics of it, or because he thought it would impress the ladies?
Impress the ladies.
Oh, you probably need to fix a zipper.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
No! The story goes, Auntie Mary got a Bernina sewing machine, and he wanted to learn the mechanics of how it worked. And then some of the side effects that come with that is learning how to actually sew.
Well,
that's the story.
Dad's a mean seamstress.
He really is. And
Seamster. Excuse me.
Karen put sewing a mean patch. So true.
Yeah.
Which one of us kids is most maternal?
I'll go with Karen.
Yep. Which one of us kids got the how to change a tire lesson on the side of the road?
Karen.
It was Lynn, I think.
It was Lynn. It was in the valley. Which one of us kids has the biggest potty mouth?
Lynn.
Ew, Eleanor.
It is me. Which one of us kids took Ellie through the pasture and purposely hit fresh cow pies before fenders got put on the dune buggy?
I know this one.
Jeez, and you laughed and laughed the whole time.
Still laughing. Still laughing.
How does Dad begin every sentence?
Well,
poor Dad. He's really getting ripped here. Dad, along with most males in our family, seem to love to make oatmeal or other types of porridge on weekdays. What would make Dad most unpopular? A, forgetting to add the salt. B, making it on the weekend. C, making some sort of concoction using the ass end of 3 bags. D, making Red River. E,
Red River.
All of the above.
I'll go with all of the above.
Of us kids, who hated porridge the most?
Probably Eleanor.
Yes.
No.
Indeed.
It was Buteland.
Oh, I thought it was for sure me.
I remember the Red River, the Birdseed.
In 2008, where did Dad first play at the Long Branch Saloon? New Orleans, Texas, or Dodge City?
New Orleans.
Dodge City?
Yeah, that was Rob's question. Dad came very close to having a very serious farm accident and is lucky to have lived to tell about it. As a result, what item of clothing do you never see him wear again after that? Blue jeans, boots, or a button-up shirt?
Boots.
I'm going to go with blue jeans.
It's blue jeans.
Oh.
If Dad doesn't have a machine part, what does he do about it? Go buy a new one, make one on his lathe, or order one from Amazon?
Make one.
Make one.
Yeah. One year at the Starmount concert, when Dad, Grandpa, and Rob were playing, a picture got taken and published in the paper. What perturbed our mother about this picture?
Another woman was in there or something.
Good answer.
Somebody's fly was open?
I would say it was Rob's shirt was undone because he had to be cool in high school. He was showing off his hairy chest.
Yes, and Mom was livid. She was like,
Are you serious?
Oh, I wish I had the clipping. I would put it up.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I remember. It was you were looking down playing the bass and your shirt was all open and your cool hair chest was showing. Yeah. I wish I had that clipping. I'm sure Mom burned it. When Dad played for a New Year's Eve dance, what did us kids ask him to bring home?
The hats.
Yeah, any hats and horns or any kind of New Year's stuff. When Mom and Dad went across the line to the stables for supper, what did we ask them to bring back?
Buns and butter?
Dessert?
Remember those hot cinnamon candies?
Oh, yeah.
They were kind of large and they were really good. Anyway, that was my question. Sorry. What was the event, celebration, giving cause for the Caballeros to play on the Paddle Wheel Queen? A large Ukrainian wedding, Manitoba Centennial celebration, or a Blue Bomber football social?
Manitoba celebration.
Yes. Who was the founder of the Caballeros? I didn't know this before now. Dad, Don Pritchard, Brian Maxwell, or Jim McKnight?
I'm going to go with McKnight.
It is Jim McKnight.
Yeah, I was going to say Jim.
Yeah. Tom Rothwell was the piano player for the Caballeros for many years. Which son played the bass before he graduated from high school? Was it Chris, Scott, or Craig?
Scott.
Yeah. I had a bit of a crush on Scott Rothwell. What bass riff did he play between Caballero songs that made him extra cool in my eyes?
Smoke on the Water?
Either that or the Batman theme. I can't remember. He used to do something like that.
Well, he probably did lots of
Was it
things.
Popcorn? He used to do Popcorn, wasn't
Did
it?
he? What I remember is Turn Me Loose by Loverboy.
Oh.
That was ultra cool for me. What song was drummer Brian Maxwell known for?
Wipeout.
Wipeout.
Yeah.
Yep. What frog was Don Pritchard known for?
Jeremiah.
What kind of saxophone did Jerry Butler play?
Alto.
Alto.
I thought it was tenor. Am I wrong?
Oh, it's tenor.
Yeah.
You're right.
What kind of saxophone does Dad play?
Alto.
Alto, yeah.
Did Dad know that Mom was trying to be a strange woman at the rodeo when she wore a wig?
Not right away. Eventually they figured it out.
Yeah, that's true. What did Mom refer to this is my question. What did Mom refer to the women buzzing around the bandstand as? Groupies, hussies, or call girls?
Hussies.
Yes. So, hussies. Okay, which well-known actor does Dad look like the most, or at least could play his brother in a movie? Chevy Chase, Harrison Ford, or Richard Gere?
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Yes, that's what we think.
Gregory Peck.
Ah.
True.
Yeah. Dad gave Rob a heifer as a young teenager. Which queen did he name her after? Elizabeth, Victoria, or Mary?
Mary.
Victoria, but I didn't know that. Yeah,
Because the heifer was born on Victoria Day. That's why.
Oh, I guess us girls didn't spend much time in the barn, hey?
No.
Dad bought a blue Chrysler from Dr. Dick in Manitou that remained the family car for many years. What was the model of that car? A New Yorker, Imperial, or Newport?
Newport.
Huh. The white car that was purchased sometime later was purchased from what local couple?
Joe and
Fred
Lynn.
Lyons.
Yeah, Fred and Mary Lyon, true.
Oh, I said Joe and Lynn. Okay, you got
Oh, yeah. Who locally bought that same car when Mom and Dad moved to Portage? Grant Dukoski, Dale Smith, or Bob Clausen?
Bob Clausen.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's true. Same car. Wow. Focusing on this car. In the lovely assortment of A-tracks, which one doesn't belong? Anne Murray, Roger Whittaker, Bon Jovi, or Boots Randolph?
Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi.
I wish there was Bon Jovi on those rides, I can tell you. What bothered Gertie the most about the teacher boarding at their house in 1974? A, he left his dirty clothes all over the bedroom. B, he could snore louder than Rob. Wow, that's saying something. Or C, he slept au naturel.
Slept au naturel.
Yeah. What?
How did Grandma know that?
It was the pubic hair on the sheets.
Oh!
Oh, yeah.
Am I leaving this in there? I don't see why I edited out the fun. What is necessary to have with livestock that is also Dad's horoscope? That's a stumper. Lynn, you and your cute little question.
No, what's
What is necessary to have with livestock that is also Dad's horoscope?
It's
What's
bull. A bull.
Yeah.
It's April. It's bull, right? Taurus?
Yeah.
Oh, Taurus. Yeah. I was
Good
trying to
one, Lynn. Why do you think it is that out of us 3 girls, Karen was the only one allowed to cut Dad's hair?
She had the steadiest hand.
So, Lynn, why would Dad not want you and me to cut his hair?
Because we were a little too expressive.
Yes, I think that you and I would be more likely to give him a makeover instead of a brush cut.
I was just going to say, I would be the one that would just do what I was told.
I thought you said a mohawk. Oh, brush cut. Okay, so answer these questions just with the answer Mom or Dad. When going to Hanya's Hen House in Morden, who is typically to order a 2-piece dinner?
Mom.
Dad. Who would order a 2-piece chicken snack?
Mom.
Yes, the dinner was bigger than the snack.
Right.
Who would be more likely to want to stop at Dairy Queen?
Mom.
I don't know. I think both. They're horrible.
Dad was an ice cream hound.
They're both insane for ice cream, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, who drove faster, Mom or Dad?
Dad has more speeding tickets.
So he got caught more.
Yep. But Mom on wheels, there's no question.
Who would honk the horn for no real reason?
Mom.
Yeah.
Grandpa.
Yeah, Grandpa. I was going to say Grandpa.
Oh, he had a reason. Grandma just didn't like it.
Yeah.
Who didn't like getting their hair wet in the pool?
Dad.
Who would say things like, those pants don't leave much to the imagination?
Mother.
Yes, I hope, Mother. On April Fool's Day, who was surprised when I put naked pictures of men in the kitchen cupboard?
Mom.
Yes. Who called the back massager a vibrator?
Mom.
Probably Mom.
Who told them to find another name for it immediately? Me. Whose favorite movie was Dirty Dancing?
Karen.
Okay, Lynn, how much have you had to drink? These are still Mom and Dad answers.
Oh, that was Karen's favorite movie, though.
Yes, and all women's favorite movie.
Well, I'd have to say that's obviously Mother's favorite movie.
I think he had a secret crush on Patrick Swayze for sure. Whose favorite city is San Francisco?
Mom.
According to Lynn, it's Dad.
Oh.
Yeah. Who wore the pants in the family?
Mom.
Who hems the pants? Who hems the pants of the family?
Dad.
Dad.
And that, my friend, is the end of the trivia. Now, I want to tell you something that I didn't tell you at the beginning. That was 80 questions.
Wow.
No way.
Well, that's pretty good for about 20 minutes or a little.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I only finished the questions this afternoon, my final draft.
Nice work, Ellie.
Yeah, way to go.
Yeah. Next up, it's the dance party. This is going to be a variety of things going on. So first up, the best of the Caballeros. These are some original recordings. Then we'll move over to swing time. Gotta mention my husband Mike here. The music from the Caballeros and swing time had to come off of a cassette. And I managed to get some footage to show you of the Caballeros reunion in 2001 that was organized by Don Pritchard. That had to come off of a VHS. So my husband is a genius when it comes to this sort of thing, and I guarantee you it would not be on here without him. So thanks, Mike. There's going to be a slideshow, and this is the year our mother would have turned 80. So there's a bit of a tribute to Mom and Dad. And later in the slideshow, you'll see more what Dad and Barb's life looks like now. Kick off your shoes, dance, just watch along. But I guarantee you, these are songs you have not heard in a very, very long time. I want to thank everyone for watching. Thank you to those who contributed. This isn't exactly the kind of project that I could do without your help. Thank you to my siblings for everything they did. Barb, you helped me a lot with getting pictures, and it was really great to see your boys and their families as well. I want to thank Dad for putting up with us. We hope you have the most fantastic birthday. Happy 80th, and we can't wait to get together and see you really soon. Bye for now.
Treat me like a fool. Treat me mean and cruel, but love me. Break my faith, oh how tear it all apart, oh, but love me.
Before swing time starts, I just wanted to interrupt and let you know who's playing. So it's Dad and Jerry Butler on the horns, Tom Rothwell on the piano, and boy, is he ever. It's either Karen or I on the bass guitar. I can't tell which one of us it is. And the free-spirited Kenny McKenzie on drums as well as vocals. So here it comes.
Hi, we are Bob's neighbors, Grant and Peg.
We had several ideas to help you celebrate your birthday, but some of them were a bit R-rated.
Because you like music, we thought of singing you a song, but that really didn't turn out, even after a few drinks and a couple of joints.
So then we decided to do a rap. That way we could just say the words and not have to sing, but that didn't work out either.
We heard from a reliable source that you are not a fan of country music, and I find that hard to believe, Bob. But we found the perfect country song for you.
The lyrics are so fitting for you, and with Ellie's help, we are sure we can convince you to become a country fan. Happy birthday, Bob. We hope you enjoy the song by Alan Jackson, The Older I Get.
The older I get, the more I think you only get a minute. Better live while you're in it, 'cause it's gone in a blink. And the older I get, the truer it is. It's the people you love, not the money and the stuff that makes you rich. And if they found a fountain of youth, I wouldn't drink a drop, and that's the truth. Funny how it feels, I'm just getting to my best years yet. The older I get, the fewer friends I have. But you don't need a lot, and the ones that you've got have always got your back. And the older I get, the better I am in knowing when to give and when to just not give a damn. And if they found a fountain of youth, I wouldn't drink a drop, and that's the truth. Funny how it feels, I'm just getting to my best years yet. The older I get. I don't mind all the lines from all the times I've laughed and cried, souvenirs and little signs of the life I've lived. The older I get, the longer I pray. I don't know why, I guess that I've got more to say. And the older I get, the more thankful I feel for the life I've had and all the life I'm living still.
Well, hello everybody, and my goodness, I'm just so happy that you have cooperated with my daughter and putting some content in here, sharing your thoughts and opinions, and this is going to be a real keepsake for me, the video that she has put together, and such a privilege to have enjoyed all you folks through the years and to have lived for as many years as I have, hopefully get a few more. And again, thank you so much for making a contribution. Cheers.
Happy birthday. Woo, 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 woo.
That's what 80 looks like. So what do you want to say to my sibs?
Oh, your sibs, that must be my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just so happy to have this birthday coming up soon, like tomorrow, and the fact that you've all contributed to Eleanor's efforts here and made a very wonderful presentation for me. Thank you so much for all that.
Tomorrow, what are you doing?
Tomorrow we're going to Crossfield to make music with some of our friends and to have a social time with them.
Carry on the celebration. This is when the birthday cake and the ice cream treats come out.
Birthday seems to have started about a week ago, and it's going to go on for a few more days yet.
You never know, it might go for another week.
You never know.
It could. And thanks, Eleanor, for all your help.
For sure.
I know this was a very big task for you, and I appreciate all the work and effort both you and Mike have put into it.
Well, I might be able to clean my house now and get some damn sleep.
Well, I hope so.
Anyway.
Who worries about sleep?
Yeah, I actually have started to.
Okay, Dad, now that you're 40? Oh, 40. Shit. Okay, Dad, now that you're 80, I think it's time you went topless. Come on, let's go. Paintings on the tomb, they do the sand dance, don't you know? If they move too quick away, oh, they're falling down like a domino. On the bars, a man by the Nile, he got the money on a bet. Those crocodiles away, oh, they snap the teeth on your cigarette. Foreign types with the hooked up pipe sing, way, oh, way, oh, way, oh, way, oh. Walk like an Egyptian. Slide your feet up the streets and then drop back. Shift your arm and you pull it back. Like Sergeant away, so strike a pose on a Cadillac. If you wanna find all the cops, they're hanging out in the donut shop. They sing and dance away, spin the club, cruise round the block. All the Japanese with their yen, the party boys call the Kremlin. And the Chinese know away, they walk along like Egyptians. All the cops in the donut shop say, hey, oh, way, oh, way, oh, way, oh. Walk like an Egyptian. Walk like an Egyptian. Oh. Hello, is that Kenny McKenzie?
Yes, it is.
It's Eleanor. How are you?
I'm fine, Eleanor. How are you?
Really good.
Good.
What's going on?
Not too much.
So Kenny, I am about 1 or 2 days away from finishing this video for my dad. Did you want to do a short interview with me about being in swing time and then wish my dad a happy birthday?
Sure.
Do ya?
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay. Well, you don't have to practice or nothing because we're just going to do it right now.
I'll just wing it.
Yeah, let's wing it. Have you had a whiskey or anything first?
Oh, I had some a while ago, yeah.
I had some wine, so I guess we're even.
Did you?
Yeah.
I had some rum.
Oh, good for you. Is that your drink of choice?
Well, yeah, hit the vodka.
I see. So what was your drink of choice back in the days when you were playing for dances?
Oh, I guess it would be Ryan Coke or Ryan Water, I think.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you played in swing time for a number of years, so can you tell me how that whole thing got started?
Yeah, I can. The local Rebecca's organization here in Cartwright had been sponsoring the New Year's Eve dance for, I don't know, 25, 30 years probably. And in 1980, they contacted me that they didn't have a band to play for the New Year's Eve dance in Cartwright. And they wondered if I could get a group together to do that. And I said, yeah, I think I could. So I knew about Tom Rothwell. I had never talked to him, but I'd heard him play. And I'd heard your dad play too.
Yeah.
So the wife and I and her dad went down to Crystal City to the bar one afternoon just after school had closed, and I met Tom and his wife, and I told him what I wanted to do, and I wondered if he'd be interested in playing. He just thought for a couple of seconds. He said, "Yeah, sure I would. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that." So I said, "Do you know of a sax player that would be interested in doing that?" Well, he said, "Bob MacArthur might be. He's just folded up with a band that he was playing with, and he might be interested." So I don't know whether Tom contacted your dad or I contacted him. But anyway, the three of us talked on the phone, and we decided that we could do that. We could play for that New Year's Eve dance in Cartwright. So we thought we should have a practice. So we had a practice here in, probably the end of November, here in my living room. I had the drums set up, and we had Robin Sellers, who had played piano with us quite a bit with different bands. And she was here to play piano. And I think Tom got a hold of young Webb. I can't remember his first name. He played bass guitar.
Did Tom know he wasn't going to be playing piano?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, at that time.
I think.
Yeah, you were just playing tenor sax.
Yeah.
And your dad on also the clarinet. So we had, I had some other people in here that night that had played, in different bands, 2 or 3 people. And Ray Moore was one of them from Cartwright. He played saxophone, but he totally played by note. Which wasn't going to be very good for us because we didn't have any music set up for that. And then I had another gal, Janet Somerville. She played piano for different local bands here and there around the area. But anyway, that's how we got started.
Did you have a name yet?
No, we didn't.
So how'd you come up?
Didn't have a name.
How did that come about? Do you remember?
No. So I've got a tape of us playing for that first New Year's Eve dance, and it sounded okay. But anyway, that's how we got our start, and we never had a practice after that. And your dad played with the Caballeros, and your brother Wayne too played drums.
Yeah, he did.
With the Caballeros, and I eventually bought Wayne's drums.
Well,
but anyway, that's how we got going. And then eventually, Robin Sellers, who was playing piano for us, she moved out to the coast. So then Tom switched over to piano.
Right.
And then finally, we got hooked up with Jerry Butler.
Yes, and I hadn't remembered what caused Robin to not be there. So now I know. You just filled that in for me. And yes, Jerry played tenor sax, and then Tom moved over to the piano. And I think when Karen started playing bass, I think she played for a time with Robin too.
Who did?
Karen, my sister.
Oh yeah, she did. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Karen played first, and then she graduated from high school, and they didn't have a bass player because she was gone to school. And then Dad showed up on my doorstep asking me to do it, and then I played for 3 years in high school, and then I think when I graduated and left, Karen probably stepped back in again. I remember that when you're a drummer, it's kind of high maintenance because you got to carry your drums all the time everywhere.
Right.
So it's not just like packing up a clarinet and carrying it in your hand. It's like like you were kind of a lot of work, Ken.
It was, but you helped me.
I know. Well, we all did.
No, you did more.
I did more. How did I do more?
Yeah, you always helped me carry them in and carry them out. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
You were good at that.
Well, if you want to remember it that way, that's just fine with me.
Well, that's the way it was.
Now, you're not going to like me very much because I'm going to tell you one night that I remember. I remember one night, I don't know where we were playing. Well, no, I do. I don't remember why, but it was in Crystal City.
Yeah.
And I don't know what was going on that night, but you were 3 sheets to the wind when we picked you up.
I remember that night.
This was before the dance even. But I guess the good part is like you were useless helping with your drums. I know that you were because you were giggling and laughing, and you were already so you were so lucky because you didn't need to know what key, and no matter what happened, you could always sing and play really well.
Well, thank you.
Like, don't you think?
I remember that particular night. I moved the drum stool back too far, and there was a crack between the wall and the stage.
Oh dear.
And it went down in there, and I kind of fell off the stair.
Oh no.
I can remember that part.
Well, you couldn't have been too bad far off if you can remember all that stuff.
I remember another night we were playing in Portage la Prairie. It was a New Year's Eve dance, and wife and I picked up Tom at Crystal City, and it was in the winter time, of course, like quite a bit of snow. And I was turning on the highway onto number 3 from Crystal City. It was kind of a sharp turn. And I was playing some music on a tape, I think it was. And I turned around to Tom and said, "Listen, this song, this is really good." And when I looked back, there was snow coming up over the hood.
Oh.
And I was buried in the ditch.
Oh.
So we had to get a fuel truck to come out and pull me out and get back on the road. And the wife, she drove from there until we got to number 1 highway. And she didn't want to drive into Portage, and she said, "Are you okay to drive?" I said, "Oh, hell yeah, I'm fine." So I drove into Portage to the hall, and Carol said to Tom, "Did I bother you with my driving?" He said, "The only time you bother me is when you let that asshole back into driving."
Quote unquote.
They were good days.
That driving home was no fun.
No, that was the worst part of it.
Like, there would have had to have been some pretty bad weather. Do you remember anything about the stories about Dad and him turning his head when he got tired? Were you privy to that?
Oh, absolutely.
So what in the world?
He, if you were sitting next to him, he would go to sleep or doze off, but he would keep the right eye next to you open, and he would close the other eye when he dozed off.
So what is...
You could see his head going over a little over, and then maybe somebody would yell, "Bob," and he'd wake up. Or you could hear the gravel coming up. He was too far over on the shoulder.
And
we'd say, "Bob, do you want somebody else to drive?" No, I'm fine.
I know.
I think there was only one time they said, "Yeah, okay, sure, somebody else can drive."
He was very stubborn about letting other people drive, I remember.
It really bothered Robin Sellers when she was playing piano with us, and we'd be coming home late from the dance. She knew Bob did that, your dad did that. So she'd keep yapping, keep him awake, but she never quit yapping, and it put him to sleep.
Oh, jeez.
It was the opposite of what she wanted to do.
I also remember the drinks piling up around Dad's feet because he didn't have time to drink all night because he had a horn stuck in his mouth. So at the end of the night, he'd sort of catch up. And I remember telling him that, that wasn't a very good lesson in drinking and driving.
Yeah.
This is his teenage daughter telling him, Dad, that's not really a good example of the
We all the trips that we made, boy, we went for at least 12 years with your dad there, maybe a little more. We only had one flat tire on that truck of his.
Yeah.
And it was going up the hill there at the Four Corners, and had a flat tire, and he stopped halfway up the hill, and of course all the equipment, the band equipment was in there under that topper, and the spare tire was right up the front next to the cab. So we had to take everything out, get the spare tire out, change the tire, and away we went again.
Yeah, it's amazing, really, for all the driving, that really nothing bad really happened, because that's pretty late at night, and you're tired, and you worked all week, and you're playing on the weekends, and, it kind of takes... Yeah, that's good. It's obviously good. Now, I wanted to just note something. I think that in the back row of the band, we had a little bit of more fun, I think, than the guys in the front. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think we did too.
Like, they had to be up front, and, in the back, people can see you, but they can't really see you. So, you kind of get to ham it up back there a little bit more, and... I don't know. I was really glad to be in the back because, if you make a mistake, it's pretty loud. Like, people can hear you, but I guess they don't really need to see you.
But it was actually Robin that got me singing with the band. She said, "Why don't you sing a number or two?"
Right.
So that's how I got started. And so then after she left, then I done more of it.
Yeah. Well,
I enjoyed doing it.
you're a really good singer. So I don't know how that whole thing came about, but you weren't terribly shy. I mean, you sang in front of people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was good for me, too, because it gives you a little more confidence, Imagine I had the band behind me when I'm singing, and, it's not just like you're out there by yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
It does give you more confidence, and I know once I started doing that, then your dad would ask me to make announcements or something on the mic, and say good night at the end of the evening and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
And then I also remember Tom. He would get really fired up when Dad wouldn't tell him what key. Remember?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I remember we started, probably a couple of different times when I was going to sing. I remember one was Bill Bailey, and your dad started it off, and I got it on tape, and I can hear Tom partway through, it's not the right key. And of course, I started to sing it, was in a lower key, and I could hear Tom say to Jerry, "See, I told you.
Yeah.
I told you so." But he switched the key after I finished the verse.
Yeah.
And so away we went.
Well, and he was quite a perfectionist, Like Mr. Oswald, he wanted all of those diminished hits, and like here's me. I'm in high school. I'm probably missing the party of the year to be there sometimes, and I'm like, I don't care about the stupid diminished, right? No. But Robin, like when I sat with Robin, who was a total sweetheart. I loved her. I mean, I loved everybody in there, but she didn't put that kind of pressure on me. And then when Tom switched over to there, he was all like, okay, so coming up in this song, there's a diminished, and it's going to go here, and I'm going to tell you when, and I want you to hit it.
Right.
And I would always get that little sense of approval or disapproval if I hit it or not, because he really wanted to hear it. Right. And I was just like, wow, I don't know why this is so serious.
I know I was, I can't remember the name of the song. Anyway, I got the words wrong.
Oh.
He turned right around on the bench. He said, "What the hell is that?"
Well, he wasn't shy about letting you know anyway. Yeah. And even if I didn't hit it on the third time, and he was probably just wanting to pull his hair out, he'd still say to me, "That's okay, kid, we'll get it next time. We'll get it next time." And then I say, "Great, now I have the pressure next time."
He was a perfectionist.
Yeah, he was. And you guys always bought me drinks, and everybody would wink and kind of pretend like my dad didn't know. Of course he knew, and he didn't really buy me drinks at the beginning because I was only in grade 10, but when it got closer to the end, of course he would. But you guys were pretty good to me, you know.
Yeah. Well, we enjoyed what you were doing with us.
Well, I mean, it was a little bit more fun when I was getting a rum and coke instead of a Diet Coke, you know.
Well, it always does. It kind of loosens you a little bit.
Well, I probably needed to not be, since I probably wasn't very good at the bass guitar, but
you were fine.
well, you had to learn, right? Because who else is there?
Right.
So I'm just finishing this video for my dad. So what would you want to say to him for his 80th birthday, Ken?
Well, I'd like to say, Bob, I'm glad that I have met you, that I played with you, and it was a great day when I did meet you. And because I would have never played in a band as good as we had. You know, we used to get lots of compliments and always did. But if it hadn't been for you and Tom, I would have never got to have that opportunity to play with the band like that and play all over. You know, we played all over Manitoba, we were in Verdun and Winnipeg and Brandon and Portage and different places. And you were always easy to get along with, and you were such a talent, Bob. You were such a great sax player and clarinet player that I really, it was a privilege for me to play with you. I really enjoyed it. And I just want to wish very happy birthday and a long life after your birthday, and hope you stay well.
That's awesome. And Kenny, I heard that last time we talked, which was recent, you had told me that you had just had your 90th birthday. So what advice do you have to Dad on getting to 90 and being so with it like you?
Well, I tell you, live the life the way you want to live it. Don't listen to people that say you should live like this or you should do this or that. Live the way you want to live your life and enjoy it. And don't let anybody try to persuade you. If you're getting along the way you have for 80 years without too many problems, and you're still playing and enjoying doing that, you keep on doing it, and you'll live a long life yet.
I think that music kind of keeps you young if you love it, eh?
Oh, does it ever? Oh, does it ever?
It's good for
if I'm kind of feeling down a little bit, I just put on some music, and boy, it makes me feel so good. It brings me up. It makes me feel really good.
And isn't there a lot of bond that I think people develop a bond when they play music together?
I think so too. That's right.
Yeah.
And, you get to meet so many people in different places where we played, because we were there more than once. And you got to know these people, and they would always come up and talk to you at the end of the dance. And you could see that they enjoyed our music. They enjoyed dancing to us, and they would come up and tell you. And it made it worthwhile. And when you're packing up and heading home late at night, it made it all worthwhile. It made you feel good what you were doing.
Well, it sounds like those were really years that you enjoyed a lot.
Yeah, I really enjoyed those years. And I never, at the time when I was playing with the band, your dad, you know, I never really appreciated how much fun I was having. You know, doing what I wanted to do and getting paid for doing it. Besides, you know, I would have done it for nothing, really.
You guys probably spent all of the money you made that night on rounds of drinks.
Yeah, right. Yes, that's right.
So maybe you just kind of broke even, but
We broke even. We were happy. They were good years.
yeah. And I would never have gotten to meet you and Robin, and
No, that's right. I wasn't able to meet you or Tara.
yeah, and I knew Jerry, of course, like nicest guy you could ever meet, and Tom, I knew, of course, just from our families knowing each other from the band. I don't really get to know my dad any other way than that he's my dad, of course.
Yeah, that's right.
But you know, if I had, like, you know, sometimes I'd be like, well, because I was so young and I was by far the youngest person there. And of course, but I kind of felt like after a while, I felt like, you know, it was a really good experience that not many people get to have that experience. And if I was going to spend an evening with a bunch of adults, I mean, you guys were probably the nicest group of people a person could ever meet.
Yeah, how old were you? What, about 16?
Yeah, I played from grade 10 to grade 12, so really 3 full years. So like 16, 17, 18, like right around that age. So, you know, at first I'm like, well, is that really what I want to be doing on a Saturday night? But
we or at least I did, and I'm sure the rest of the guys enjoyed having you there. You know, people looked up to the band and said, who's that good-looking girl in the back there with?
And did you say, that's Robin? That's Robin!
That's Eleanor.
Yeah, I know.
Eleanor MacArthur. Yeah, right.
Right. I really felt like something would be missing if I didn't figure out a way to get you on there a little bit, because
yeah, well, you can give that birthday wish to him anyway.
Yeah, it'll be really nice to put that on there. So for the swing time, I don't know what the first song is called, but the second one is All of Me, and you're singing on it.
Okay.
So that will be on the video.
Oh, that'll be great.
Isn't that nice?
That'll be fantastic.
Yeah, and you did a really good job of that. So
thank you.
Everybody's going to get to hear you sing.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yep,
Okay.
Sounds great.
Okay. Well, listen, thank you for your interview.
Oh, no problem.
You don't get paid, but hopefully it's good.
Oh, come on.
And, you know, we'll talk soon, because why not?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Anytime.
Yeah, I enjoyed talking to you.
Okay, I enjoyed talking to you too.
Okay, Ken, you have yourself a good night. Thanks.
You too.
Take care.
You too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.